Here's the fastest way to spot a clueless tourist in Israel. They show up on time. They wait politely in line. They make small talk about the weather. Those are your American instincts. And over here, half of them will get you honked at, cut in front of, or gently laughed at. So, 10 things not to do in Israel. A couple will save you money. One could save you an expensive traffic ticket. And the last one is the most important, the rule that decides whether your whole trip feels stressful or feels like home. Stick around for it. Number 1, don't make small talk. Start here, because it trips up every American. Back home, we grease every interaction with small talk. How are you? Crazy weather? Huh, have a great one. In Israel, that surface-level chit-chat just isn't the currency. Ask an Israeli how they are, and you might get an actual, honest answer. Not a reflexive good, you? It's not that they're cold, it's the opposite. They skip right past the weather and go straight to the real stuff. What you think, what you're doing with your life, what you actually care about. They'd rather have one genuine conversation than 10 polite empty ones. So don't be thrown when the fluff disappears. We treat small talk as a warm-up that never quite ends. Here, they cut it and get straight to the good part. It feels abrupt for about a day. And then you realize you're having better conversations than you've had in years. Number 2, don't show up on time. This one feels almost illegal to be an American. Do not show up on time. Israel runs on what everyone affectionately calls Israeli time, and it is gloriously elastic. Someone says the party starts at 8, nobody, including the host, will be there at 8. Real arrival is more like 8:45. And here's the kicker. They won't text to say they're running late, because in their heads, they're not. That's just when you show up. Roll in punctually to a dinner, and you may catch your host still in the shower. Back home, being late is rude. You call, you apologize, you make a thing of it. Here, being precisely on time can leave you standing alone in an empty room. The move? Ask flat out, 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock Israeli. They'll know exactly what you mean. Number 3, don't rent a big car. If you're driving here, don't roll up in some giant American SUV. Israel is a small country with old cities, skinny streets, and parking spots apparently designed for something the size of a shoe. The roads were not built for your 3-row land yacht. Rent something small, European small, the kind of car you could practically pick up and carry. You'll slot into parking spaces a big car would drive past in despair. You'll burn far less fuel, which matters, because gas here is pricey. And you'll fit down the narrow lanes of an old town without folding your mirrors in and saying a prayer. Americans love bigger, more space, more power, more cup holders. Here, smaller is just smarter. The tiny car isn't a compromise. It's the cheat code. Number 4, don't lock in plans days ahead. Don't try to schedule your Israeli social life like a dentist appointment. Text someone wanna grab dinner next Thursday at 7, and you'll get a vaguely confused, sure. Planning that far out feels strange here. Israelis are last-minute people, and they mean it as a compliment to the moment. The classic move is a same-day yalla. What are you doing right now? Come over. Tonight is real. Next Thursday is theoretical. They'd honestly rather decide when they actually know how they feel. When's the last time a plan you made the same day turned into the best night of your month? That's the default setting here. I'm 5 minutes away. Put the kettle on is a completely normal way to make plans. Loosen your grip on the calendar. The best nights in Israel are the ones nobody planned. Coming up, the mistake that nearly cost one tourist a 2,000 shekel ticket, and the surprising way it ended. But first, 2 things about how Israelis spend their time. Number 5, don't wear hustle culture like a badge. Here's one that'll do your soul some good. Don't brag about how busy you are. In America, I'm slammed, I'm exhausted, I haven't had a day off in months is basically a flex. Being busy means you matter. Israel doesn't run on that. If a friend says, come sit on a bench and do absolutely nothing for 2 hours, that's not wasted time. That is the plan. And it's a good one. Doing nothing together is totally socially acceptable. No activity required, no goal, no productivity hack bolted onto it. So when someone says drop your work and come hang out, the right answer isn't I can't, I'm busy. It's yalla. Where you're from, rest has to be earned and scheduled. Here, it's just part of being a person, and you'll leave quietly wondering why you ever wore exhaustion like a trophy. Number 6, don't take the honking personally. Get behind the wheel and you'll notice it instantly. Israeli driving is assertive. Lanes are more like suggestions. Blinkers are optional. And if you hesitate for half a second when the light goes green, you'll hear about it. A chorus of horns the very instant it changes. Here's what you have to understand. None of it is personal. That honk isn't rage. It's information. Hey, go. Same with the volume in general. Israelis are loud. They talk over each other, raise their voices, wave their arms, and it can sound like a furious argument when it's really just two friends agreeing about lunch. So when a horn blares behind you, your brain will scream, "What did I do?" The answer is nothing. He's just saying go. Don't flinch. Don't take it to heart. Honk back even. You're not in trouble. You're in the conversation. Number 7, don't only see Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Fly all the way here and see only Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. And you've seen the postcard, not the country. Don't get me wrong. Tel Aviv is a gorgeous, buzzing beach city, and Jerusalem is unlike anywhere on earth. But Tel Aviv is also the most westernized, most familiar slice of Israel. It's the part that looks a little like home. The real magic is in the places tourists skip, the small and medium-sized towns, the markets where nobody's performing for visitors, the little family restaurant in a city you can't quite pronounce, where the food is unreal and the owner drags a chair over to talk to you. Most travelers do the Tel Aviv to Jerusalem loop and call it a trip. Do yourself a favor, pick one town you've never heard of and just go. That's where you meet the actual country, the everyday, unfiltered, gloriously ordinary version of it. 2 left, and the last one is the rule that ties this whole list together. Number 8, don't stress about speaking Hebrew. Don't panic about the language. Yes, Hebrew looks intimidating. Different alphabet, reads right to left, the whole deal. But here's the secret. Tons of Israelis speak excellent English, especially anywhere near tourists, and most will happily switch the second they see you struggling. That said, don't show up with absolutely nothing. Learn a tiny handful of words and watch faces light up. Toda, thank you. Sababa, cool, all good, no worries, maybe the most useful word in the country. Yalla, let's go. Come on, hurry up. The word that basically runs the entire nation. Drop a toda or a yalla at the right moment and an Israeli will treat you like a long-lost cousin. In a lot of places, fumbling the local language earns you a cold shoulder. Here, the effort alone buys you enormous goodwill. You don't have to be fluent, you just have to try. Number 9, don't hang back politely in line. This one tests every polite bone in your body. Don't wait your turn the gentle American way. A line in Israel is less an orderly queue and more a loose, friendly scrum. Leave a respectful gap in front of you, and that gap won't read as courtesy. It reads as an opening, and someone will glide right into it. It's not aggression, and it's not personal. It's just a rhythm. You hold your spot. You stand close. You make it clear, politely but firmly, that yes, you're next. Hang back waiting to be invited forward, and you might be standing there until next Tuesday. We worship the orderly line and quietly judge anyone who breaks it. Here, the line is a contact sport played with a smile. Close the gap, stand your ground, and you'll fit right in. Number 10, don't overthink it. And here's the most important one. The rule that decides whether your trip feels stressful or feels like home. Don't overthink it. Everything I just listed can make Israel sound like a minefield of unwritten rules you're doomed to trip over. Here's the truth that makes all of it melt away. Israelis can tell in about 2 seconds that you're not local. And instead of judging you for it, they cut you slack and help you out. The bluntness you'll run into isn't anger. They just say what they think and move on. Nobody's quietly stewing about the thing you did wrong. If something bugs them, they'll tell you to your face, and then it's over. There's a story that nails it. An American visitor blew through a crosswalk rule, the kind that carries a brutal fine here, right in front of a cop. Then, while getting pulled over, somehow did it again. The officer walks up, realizes the guy's a clueless foreigner with no idea what he did, and just explains the rule, tells him to be careful, and lets him go. No ticket. That's the whole country in one moment. Mess up, and the odds are someone won't just forgive you. They'll make sure you're okay, point you the right way, maybe feed you, and treat you like you belong here. So stop bracing for impact. You almost can't get this wrong. Break every single one of these, and you know what happens? An Israeli helps you fix it, and then invites you to dinner. So tell me in the comments, which of these would be hardest for you to unlearn? And if you want to see what that dinner is actually like, the food, the noise, the arguing that somehow is affection, that's the next video. See you there.